Good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around this globe. Y'all, it certainly is a beautiful morning, a beautiful Monday morning. And I hope that you had a wonderful weekend, a just fantastic weekend. I know I certainly did. I had a fantastic weekend. It was a long weekend, but it was certainly fantastic. And what I mean by long weekend, like I'm going to talk about today, okay? I'm going to talk about wisdom to accomplish success. And it's a lot of things that I learned, not only on the weekend, it started really on Wednesday and it moved all the way up to yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, it was value. It was value, y'all. I mean, I would not have turned it down. It was so much value, so much impact, and this is something that we all need, especially if you say you that author out there or you that entrepreneur. You should be, advancing yourself, advancing your thoughts, advancing, the way you think, your knowledge and everything of that nature. You can't remain the same, because if you remain the same, that just cuts you short, and it does you a disservice, and not only a disservice to you, but also a disservice to your audience. It's so important, y'all. It's so important. I'm gonna tell you, I learned so much. There was so much knowledge that was, around the room. It was just so much that I have tons of notes, and not only writing notes down, but implementing those things. That's what's important. Just don't write notes down, but go back and implement those things. Put them into action immediately, and it will really help you and advance you. And with that being said, let me introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. Stop leaving money on the table, y'all. And that goes for you if you're that entrepreneur out there and you started your business. It doesn't matter if it's a brick and mortar business or if it's a virtual business. Or maybe you someone that says, well, one day I'm going to start. Why not today? Why not today? Today is the perfect day to start whatever you have intended to do. You know, you want to open that business, but you haven't gotten around to it. Why not today? Just do one thing that will advance you toward completing at least one goal towards opening that business. Or maybe you're an author and you're saying, well, one day I'm going to write a book. I'm going to get my message out there. Why not? Just move yourself to do one thing per day. Accomplish those goals. Take those steps if need be. Take those tiny steps because those tiny steps will lead to something great. But maximize your potential. Don't just stop there with the idea still in your mind, because as long as something is still in your mind, it's only a fantasy. Not until you actually do it, put it down on paper, because that's your first step. Putting it down on paper, does it become a reality? Because now you can see it. It's before your face. And that's very, very important. Have your vision before your face, but write it down. Take it out of your mind. Because as long as it's there, it's not real. It's not real. But once you see it, it becomes reality. And you just walk toward that. But getting back to what I was saying, and the title today is Wisdom to Accomplish Success. And this is a useful tool, a very priceless, powerful tool that you could use in all walks of life. You know, wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. And you have to understand, bring yourself to a place of understanding. Because once you understand something, now you're able to see it. The blinders are removed, there's no more guessing about it. Now you know because you could clearly see it. But like I said, investment is essential. Okay. Investing your time, investing your money into yourself, into expanding your knowledge, into uh opening up yourself to wisdom, whatever your pathway is, you know always invest in a level that you expect results. If you don't want to be on this level, why don't you advance? But that comes from investing in yourself. You invest in everything else that don't mean anything, okay? Or means very little, or will depreciate. Why not invest in yourself? See yourself as that hot commodity. See yourself because you appreciate in value. You have to see it, that you appreciate in value. Cars, houses, those things, they depreciate. And of course, houses do appreciate. But I'm going to tell you this, you worth more than any house, you worth more than any vehicle. But still, you see that as a priority, and you're failing to invest in yourself. The knowledge from investing in yourself that you receive, it keeps you primed, okay? It keeps you always ready, always alert, and always active. I'm going to tell you, that's what happened to me this week. Like I said, it started Wednesday. Wednesday was probably about 2 hours. Thursday was probably about 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours. Friday was another 7 hours. Saturday was a couple of hours. And yesterday was 4 hours. And I'm going to tell y'all, okay, it wasn't the test that I took, it was the final exam. Okay, I felt like I was being stretched every which way but loose. Every which way. Because I took what I heard. I took my notes that I had written down. And I began to immediately, implement those things into my vision, into my plans, into the strategies, things that I'm doing. It gave me a whole different way of looking at things. It gave me a clearer insight into what I'm doing now. It broadened my understanding, where now I was able to add some things. I was able to pinpoint some things. I was able to design some things. You see, each time you obtain wisdom, you get that knowledge, it advances you. It advances you. No matter if you're that author with that message, that book, or you're that entrepreneur. There's somebody that you can learn from. There's always somebody. Somebody who's in a place where you desire to be. And they are, pulling you to that level. And like I said, the knowledge that I received in those days, it just pulled me. to another level. And yesterday was the day. Okay? Yesterday was the day. I did not, rest because I was busy. It had my mind so activated that I couldn't miss anything. I had to, put these things into perspective, into their right place. So I won't forget. And that's another thing. You activate it immediately so you don't forget. That wisdom, I will tell you, that was top notch. That wisdom, that knowledge that I received. And there's always somebody. So don't be discouraged out there, ladies. Don't be discouraged out there, gentlemen. Don't be discouraged. There's somebody for you. There's somebody's voice that you will hear their voice and you'll know that they're there for you, that they're the expert in that field on your design pathway. And I wouldn't have traded, this for nothing. And really, it was more than I expected. It was more than I expected. And that's when, as entrepreneurs, as authors, always give your audience something more than what they expect. Give them something more. And this is something that I'll even be doing this weekend, upcoming weekend. Invest in myself, my time, my finances into something that will broaden, expand my mindset to advance me, to keep me relevant. And that's what you always should think about, always being relevant. Always be there, ready, active, and alert. Because you have a grand responsibility for your, coming before your audience. Because you're speaking into their lives. You're creating, your products, your services, your messages. And that's speaking to your audience. So you always have to, keep yourself primed. Never allow it to get stale. Always seek for ways to expand your mindset. I'm going to tell you, when you decide to expand your mindset, you'll never go back to mediocre. You'll never go back to thinking, well, I'm just going to settle here. You have to keep going because it's something on the inside of you that will propel you forward to keep moving. Full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. And like I said, the test will come. Now, does the test feel good? The tests don't always feel good. Because it didn't stop there. Yo, I've been up since 3:30 this morning. And I was sitting back in the chair before, I got on this live stream. I sit in my chair and I think about what I'm going to talk to you about. And I closed my eyes for a second. And really, I wanted to go to sleep. And think, because I'm thinking about, I'm seeing this. What, and I'm resting. Let me tell you this, Spirit. I'm seeing it. I'm resting in it. I'm imagining it. I'm putting it together. That's where I was before, I came on this live stream. And that's the same experience that you should have. But you have to invest in yourself. Don't cut yourself short. There's some things in life that people need to let go of. Okay? Let go of. Because, especially women, okay? Because my audience is mostly women. And I have men too, but women with their self esteem and self confidence issues. And I hear this, a lot of times. People, having low self confidence, low self esteem because of situations and circumstances that they went through. And by that, they don't even see value in themselves. But I want to tell you that you have value. You have value. You have worth. And for the most part, that's where you should be investing into yourself, into your mindset, into, the wisdom and knowledge to pull out and reveal what's on the inside of you. And get rid of some of those, I call them old trees, old belief systems. Allow, what you hear, that knowledge, that wisdom to uproot those things that you have heard or you've been thinking about or they keep replaying in your mind. Okay? Wisdom to accomplish success. And success is for you. You're always thinking success is for somebody else. And that word is used loosely. But success is for you. Why can't it be you? Why can't you win this season? Why can't you win now? Why can't you see yourself winning? That you're on the winning team? That you have to make up in your mind that you're going to come off the sidelines and get in the game because you do have something of value on the inside of you, and stop thinking that you're nobody. Stop thinking that, you're nothing because of the lemons that, circumstances, situations have dealt you. Don't think of that. Begin to see it in another way. And the only way you can see it in another way is investing in your mindset, investing in yourself. That's the only way you can see it. To remove those things. You can't remove negative mindsets or negative beliefs if you don't have anything to replace them with. Okay? You can't remove them. Because what happens? You'll keep them there. Because you feel comfortable with it. You don't know what else there is until you are able to see it. Now you're able to, exchange it. Exchange the bad for the good. Good morning, Tippy. Good morning, Robert. How y'all doing this morning? Good to see y'all this morning. Exchange those things, y'all. Exchange them. Sometimes people say, well, what do I have to offer? You have a lot. You have a lot to offer. Sometimes people can't see themselves, like I say, having any value, any worth. And I know a young lady like this right now that I'm going to be doing some work with. Matter of fact, she signed up for this course that I'm talking about with self-esteem and self-confidence. Beautiful young lady. She does beautiful work. But she don't see the value that she has within her. And her first step, y'all, is to invest in herself. So that's why she signed up for this course, about investing in herself. Yes, you are a winner. You certainly are a winner. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. And that's so true. It's the courage to continue. And no, You cannot stop there, audience. You cannot stop there. You got to continue on. Yes, it is a great morning, y'all. It's a great morning, no matter what. Like I say, I feel stretched this morning, but you know what? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Anytime you can implement the things that you learn, you know, over the weekend, like I did, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I love being stretched. And, being stretched gets you out of your comfort zone. And that's what's going to happen to this young lady. It's going to stretch her out of her comfort zone and open up her eyes to see that there is something special about her, that she has those gems, those treasures on the inside of her. You know, even there's some things that people should stop saying. And I know that there's a song, even in the church, y'all, say, I'm a nobody. Don't go repeating those things, okay? Because the more you say those things, the more you're going to think those things. There's some things that you just don't say. You just don't say. So I'm going to dive into wisdom to accomplish success. What does that look like for you? Wisdom to accomplish success. Number one, you hear instructions. Like I said, I heard instructions. I always have my vision written down. I have it, on my electronics and everything. I'm always keeping it before my eyes. But I'm hearing specific instructions. I have my goals. I have my strategies. I have my plans. But I'm hearing specific instructions, what to do with what I got and moving it. Okay? Wisdom to accomplish success. Use this priceless tool. Hear instruction. And it's the way you hear. Okay? When you all ears, pay attention. Just don't hear and have a deaf ear to it, but really hear it. Hear it in a way beyond your natural ears. Hear it and be conscious of what's being said. And that's when you put it into action. Because if you don't hear it in the way that, on a deeper level, put it that way, in a conscious level, you just have it as notes on a piece of paper. And you'll go back over those notes. But allow those things that you hear to be activated in your life. At the moment that you hear it, okay? Write it down and activate it. Like I said, before I got on this live stream this morning, I was sitting back in this chair. I had my eyes closed. My mind is constantly going, okay? Implementing things, put them into place. Because once I get off this live stream, there's things that I'm doing, okay? There's things. So you have to hear it and be conscious of what you're hearing, be conscious. So that's why you always seek for ways to expand your mindset, to come out of your own, I won't say limited, to come out of your own thinking. Come out of your own thinking. I remember, years before, and it's been, even when I was a teenager, writing. I've been writing, y'all. So that's nothing new. I've been writing really consciously since 7th grade. And that's beyond school, okay? Beyond school. I used to like to write science fiction. And and even in school, I got high grades for, A's for writing. But science fiction, because it was something that expanded my mindset. And of course, I love to read, okay? Expanded my mindset. So this is the same token, listening, hearing, reading, all these things come to expand your mindset, to deposit inside of you wisdom, to get you out of that, that blinder zone where you're thinking just one way, where you're seeing just one way, where you're acting this one way, So hear instructions, okay? Observe them, allow your imagination to, imagine these different things, the imagery and everything, where you could just reach out and touch it. It's so real, okay? It's so real because if you could think it, you could have it. If you could see it, it will be in your life, okay? The problem is when people can't see anything. When they can't see it, they'll never arrive at their destination. They'll never arrive there. When we have a dream, we got to grab it and never let it go. That's so true, Robert. When we have a dream, we certainly have to grab it, okay? When you see it, you have to grab it and don't let it go. And continue on in that dream, no matter what comes. Now, did I say that the pathway is going to be easy? No, it will not be. There'll be things that come to try to invade it. But when you have that dream, and once you have seen that, okay, now you're able to go through those things, and it's worth it, y'all. It's so worth it. Okay? You'll go through because you know on the other side, there's victory for you. There's accomplishment for you. You have reached what you desire. So you're willing to go through. That's so very good. Wisdom to accomplish success. Here's another one. Intelligence. Wisdom, when you invest in yourself at that level, that intelligence, it increases your capacity. Okay? That's the same thing with expansion. It increases your capacity. There's a lot that you hold inside. There's a lot. And it only adds to it. It complements it. It adds to it. Because some things you don't even realize that you're carrying. But it will sharpen you. It will give you that aha moment. Oh, I didn't know I had this. I didn't know I could do this. There were times that, I've been on jobs when I was in the corporate world. I didn't know I could do these things until I started doing them. I didn't know it was inside of me. So this will pull it out of you, okay? Wisdom, intelligence, increasing your capacity. Here's another thing. It illuminates you. It clears your vision. You're able to see. You're not on that dark road, that dark country road in heavy fog, holding on to the steering wheel, afraid to let go because something may jump out. Now you can see it. Just like Robert said, your dream, hold on to that dream. Once you see that dream, hold on to it. Okay? This is what wisdom does for you. It gives you that. It illuminates you. Okay? It illuminates. What I learned this weekend illuminated me. Okay? And I was able to add to what I have. Not saying what I have is wrong. No, because we're constantly evolving, y'all. We are constantly evolving. We're not staying the same. That's right. Nothing is impossible. There is nothing impossible. Not at all. If we only believe. A lot of times people don't believe because what? They have those old trees, those negative beliefs, those things that, they're thinking that, well, I can't accomplish this. I can't do that. Yes, they can. And yes, you will. But you have to believe because there's nothing impossible. There's nothing impossible. But when you take that time to invest in yourself, you'll begin to see that there's nothing impossible to you. Some people, they need to, have that. They need to have that. That's why they have to listen carefully and allow it to go in and uproot those old negative beliefs, those things that they've been carrying around, those old wives' tales. Just like one of my, and this one I hate. There's a lot of them I hate, okay? You have to crawl before you walk. Why I have to crawl before I walk? Why can't I soar like an eagle? Things that makes no sense. Okay? And people try to reason it out in their mind why it's said a certain way. No, I don't want to crawl. I want to soar like an eagle. There's nothing impossible if you only believe. And with its intelligence, it sharpens your brilliance. It gives an acuteness. It brings you to be focused, ironclad focus. Because when you see your dream, just like Robert said, when you see your dream, now you ironclad focus. Because you have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. There are only two great tragedies in life. One is not getting what you want, and the other is getting it. Please advise, okay? Two great tragedies. One is not getting what you want, okay? And the other is getting it. Not getting what you want in what respect? And the other is getting it and not knowing what to do, right? Is that what we're talking about? There are only two great tragedies in life. One is not getting what you want. You're not getting what you want because you're not focused on it. You don't know how to get it. This is, what I'm seeing here. You don't know how to get it. You may see it, but you don't know how to get it because you have no wisdom on how to get it. You have no knowledge in how to get it. And, that happens to a lot of people. That's a very great statement there. You'll have that with people. They see what they want. They don't know how to get it because they don't have the knowledge in order to apply it, in order to get it. And you see people even repeating these affirmations over and over and over. But do they really believe it? Okay? Or they're just on autopilot thinking it's going to happen because the mindset is not settled on that particular thing. They just think if they say it over and over that they could get it. And the other is getting it. Two great tragedies, like getting it and not knowing what to do with it. Would that be the case? Okay. You said yes. Okay. I'm glad I was able to answer that, to, us to have that conversation. I see that a lot of times, what happens to people. They don't know how to get it. Here's another one. Let's go to the next one. When we're talking about wisdom to accomplish success, discernment, have an understanding with all thy getting. Get an understanding, when you have an understanding, it gives you insight. Okay? Now you could see it. Now you could see it. And once you see it, now you could apply that knowledge. Okay? You could apply that knowledge. It gives you an awareness to even make qualified decisions. Okay? Understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. But with all that getting, get an understanding. Because understanding allows you to see it. Now, once you see it, now that you have that knowledge, now you apply that knowledge. And that goes back even to that other question. Now you could get it. It's not in speaking these affirmations over and over and over. It comes with knowledge. It comes with wisdom. It comes with belief. It's all of those things combined. Because if you don't really believe it and you just thinking that it's just going to automatically appear, it's not. It's not. See, thinker and doers. That's it. You have to do it. Yes, you do. You just can't sit back and, just say whatever will be, will be. No, you have to do it. And that's why, audience, you just don't be a thinker, but be a doer. And I'm even taking one further than that, Robert. Also be a finisher. Because some people they're doing it, but they never finish. Always finish. Always see something to completion. And that's called excellence. That's called excellence. Another thing this understanding discernment does, it gives you intuition. Okay? This intuition, it's an inspiration. It goes deep. it dislodges those errors, I would say, beliefs, those things that you have inside of you. It goes and it inspires you to, motivation is one thing. Let me tell you about motivation and inspiration. Motivation is one thing. Motivation is more of an outside thing. But when I'm talking about inspiration, inspiration goes to the root and it dislodges that. And that's what this intuition does. It'll give you the knowledge to dislodge those negative beliefs, those limiting beliefs, those things that have kept you from reaching your ultimate goal. And here's another one where I'm talking about wisdom to accomplish success. Excuse me, right here. Comprehension. Okay? Comprehension. Now you could grasp ideas and implement them or activate them. Activate them. Now you comprehend. A lot of times people don't comprehend. They're not understanding. And you could talk to your blue, black, green, and purple in the face. If a person do not comprehend something, they just won't get it. They won't get it. Okay? This also gives a person an aha moment when everything is revealed. There's nothing hidden anymore. There's nothing hidden anymore. Wisdom to accomplish success. That aha moment where everything is no longer hidden. And it also, when something's not hidden, when something's being revealed, when something's being understood, now a person can receive it. And not only a person, not only talk about your audience, talking about, you on a personal level, all of us on a personal level. Your vision, your dream will do nothing for you, okay? If you don't receive the information that you're hearing. You could write down those notes. You could, put them down on the tablet, wherever, whatever. But if you don't receive it, if there's no conception there, it's not doing you any good. Not at all. Wisdom to accomplish success. Nothing happens until you receive it. Nothing happens. And that goes along with beliefs. Now let's move to the last final one. Wisdom to accomplish success. You receive the value. You receive the value. There was a lot of value over these last days. What? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. There was a lot of value. And I received that value. That's why it did something for me. That's why it opened my eyes. It opened my perception. It opened my understanding even more. It allowed me to go in and implement things. That's why it's so important to write your vision down on paper right before you. Have your strategies, your plans, your goals there. So now you're able to move those pieces. You're able to bring those pieces even to a deeper dimension, even into something bigger than what it started out to be. Everybody, you have a huge vision, okay? Don't think your vision is small. Don't think it's minute. You have a huge vision, and it's going to take more than you to accomplish what you have. That's why I tell you about, having, when you're networking with people, when you're collaborating with people, make sure that this collaboration is on a level of your design pathway. Okay? Just don't pull people in just to have people, numbers and things of that nature. Because what you are carrying is bigger than you. It's bigger than all of us. Okay? We can't do it by ourselves. We can't. This is a huge thing. That's why it takes investing in yourself. Investing in yourself to move yourself from level to level, from depth to depth. There's so much inside of you that you don't even realize. You don't realize how much you have, and it's priceless. You worth more than a Rolls Royce, y'all. You worth more than any mansion that was ever built. Whatever has been created on this earth, there's not a price that they could put on you, nor I. Priceless. So receive the value of your investment. Invest in yourself. You'll see those how it benefits you. You'll see this. You'll see how it's leading you down your pathway to reach your ultimate goals. You'll see this. You'll see how it takes you to the root of your pain point. All of us have pain points, not just our audience. We have pain points too. Okay? All of us. And we don't want to, a little dab of do it on the surface. We want to get to the root. We want to pull up those belief systems. We want to pull those things up, uproot them, and plant new trees, which are new belief systems. Okay? Which are based on the truth, not lies, not old wives' tales, on the truth. Some of you, maybe why your vision hasn't gone anywhere, because it's based on lies. It's based on, impossibilities. Well, let me put it another way, okay? When something's a lie and it's not truth-based, it's impossible. But as long as it's truth-based, it's possible. It's possible. So receive value. Invest in yourself at the level that you expect results. Investment is essential to keep your vision alive. Okay? Wisdom to accomplish success. Use this priceless tool because it's a priceless tool. You hear instructions. There's intelligence there. There's discernment, understanding. There's comprehension. And you receive value. And I hope that, these nuggets that I have dropped here today has done something inside of you to allow you to see that there's more to you than you ever thought or ever dreamed of. And to find that quiet place and take that pad and do an evaluation on yourself and begin to invest in yourself, because there's higher heights for you and there's deeper depths. So I want to thank all of you who joined me today on this segment of Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. And I look forward to the next time. And thank you all for chatting with me in the chat. And those of you who's not in the chat that have tuned in, I want to thank you. I want to take this time to say thank you. Thank you for following us on this show. Thank you for all the messages and, the emails that's coming to us. We really appreciate you and we value you. So thank you. And I always want to say that, okay? I don't want you to think that I don't see you. I do see you and I want to acknowledge you, even if you're not in the chat, okay? So make this a great week for you. But anyway, remember this. This is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. And I see you on the next broadcast.